All right, what's going on, guys? Quick little trade recap. We lost a little over $3,000 today, so not ideal, but we did take an amazing trade. And actually, it could have been slightly better, and it could have been avoided if I did a couple things, which we're going to go over here in just a second. I saw a lot of people that took this exact same setup, which made me feel a little bit better about the loss because I was kind of getting on myself about it. We're up on the week slightly because we took a pretty good dub yesterday, but we are back down. We're only up about $100 per account on the week right now. Let me. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so we're not really up that much anymore just because of this loss, and it was a really, oh my god, excuse me, unlucky loss. But the first thing I'm always doing at open is figuring out my higher time frame bias, and identifying some 4 hour and 1 hour fair value gaps. The first 4 hour fair value gaps, or things that I noticed, was number one, that we had finally, after, what is this, 12 days, so after almost 2 weeks, we finally inversed both of these gaps, and we had extreme displacement to the upside upon open, and it looked like we were obviously coming up to take out these highs right here. So these two levels were my draws on liquidity for today that I thought we were just going to completely rip up and have just a very strong trend day, continuation up, whatever you want to call it. Everything was pointing to longs today to just continue this extremely strong displacement after we finally broke out of this area, inverse this gap and this gap as well. So after dropping down onto the 5-minute time frame, and after that happens, my draws are all the way up there. So we just rip up. What I'm looking for now is either some kind of 5 or 15-minute fair value gaps to be formed. This is where both of the gaps got inversed. Next, I see this 5-minute fair value gap be formed right there. Now I want to see us come back into it, retest, and then have some kind of 1 hour inversion or 5-minute inversion, something like that. And we actually did end up getting that right here, which is where I took my entry. We had a very small 5-minute gap right there that got inversed, and we also had a 1-minute inversion right there. So that was my entry. Beautiful setup. You know, the only thing that I will say about this trade that I did not like was that we did not come down a little bit lower, right? Right around here when this thing was trending down, I was literally saying, like in the voice chat with my friends that I trade with in the morning, I was literally saying, I almost don't want to get this setup. If the setup appears, I will take it because it meets my strat, it meets all my rules, so I will, by my rules, have to take it. But I want to see this come down lower to, number one, because we are so high, fill equilibrium, or at least fill this gap that we created, fill this 5-minute gap, or possibly tap into this 15-minute gap right here that we had created at open. So I said I kind of want to see this thing come down a little lower to tap equilibrium and tap into this gap before getting in longs. Unfortunately, that did not happen before this setup appeared. However, this is an A+ setup for me. It's very obvious that our draw on liquidity is these highs up here after inversing those higher time frame gaps, extremely strong displacement to the upside. 5-minute, we come down into it, respect it. We have a 1-minute and 5-minute inversion right there. Stop loss at the low, break even at high of day. I said, even though I wasn't super confident in this trade going into it, I was like, okay, this will at least take out high of day and I'll just be break even at worst. Stopped out right there. And yeah, lo and behold, we did end up coming up extremely slowly, and I would have got stopped out break even on this anyway if I was to fill there, unless I ran some kind of 1-to-1. But pretty much exactly what I wanted to see initially happened, which is where we, number one, tapped into this 15-minute gap, which would be the top of it would be right there. We didn't quite hit equilibrium of the daily range, or of the range of the day, excuse me. So, you know, but we got close enough to it, and with how well this candle respected this 15-minute gap, I did like it. Even though longs looked very good because upon my entry was this 15-minute candle close out of this 15-minute gap as well as a 5-minute. So there's a 5-minute inside the 15-minute. We had extremely strong displacement to the upside. We inversed these gaps on the higher time frame, right? This gap and this gap on the 4-hour we inversed. It looked like we were just going to continue to pump hard up to these highs, and I thought it would just be a really easy continuation. But, I mean, simply put, we just got like actually fucked hard because we were not even in profit. I saw 5 points of profit worth on this trade. Matter of fact, not even that, because I actually filled like right there. So I probably saw about less than 3 points worth of profit total on that trade, and that is what I like to call getting mollywomped by NQ. And today NQ humbled me greatly. My analysis, excuse me, analysis overall seems to be correct though, and I do think we are going to come up and take out these levels today. Or actually, there's only really 30 minutes left. So maybe not today, but overall, I mean, great setup. Followed all my rules. Really tough loss. I was extremely confident. I wasn't, like I said earlier, I was very confident that this was going to hit break even. And then I was like, okay, I think that we do want to just come lower before making this next leg up. So in a best case scenario, just off of pure intuition, I should have waited for a tap into this 15-minute, which we got right here, and get a little closer to equilibrium, because this just simply wasn't enough of a pullback. We just had to pull back another 30, 40 points before NQ wanted to make this next leg up, which is where we would have caught our longs. So unfortunate loss, but a great setup nonetheless. Puts us to just barely green on the week. These last couple weeks have been very up and down for me. My last handful of trades has been like loss, 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 break even, W, loss. So it's just like I've been taking a lot of L's off of great setups just like this. And I mean, I can't be mad at it because I'm trading very well and taking very good setups and trading exactly how I should be. We're just getting fucked by this, basically. But yeah, guys, that's it for the day. I will see you tomorrow, where hopefully we can capitalize and not get literally bent over and something that I can't say on YouTube. But with that being said, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button if you guys are not already. I love you guys so much. Peace.